Jeremiah. We already hugged before we started to sit down because that's how we always embrace each other when we see each other. Before we get into anything, I want to just say I'm humbly grateful that you were willing to have your first in-person conversation with me.
Sure.
I know you could have been with several other people in the world, and I appreciate that. I appreciate you being willing to sit down. I gotta get up again. I've been trying to hold my stomach because I don't want to look fat.
Man, she tweaking.
I'm
No
like, I
joke.
don't want to look fat. I am so happy you're okay.
Me too. Me too.
I am like so happy you're okay. You know, when the news broke, you never know what to believe when you hear about someone being in the hospital and having complications with COVID. But
Mm-hmm.
when Chance came out and said, I need everybody to start praying, that's when I was like, oh, this is real.
No, that's for sure real. I didn't know what was going on while I was in there. So from hindsight, there's a foresight, insight, hindsight. From looking back, I didn't, to be kind of in that daze in ICU and just to wake up and not even be knowing what's going on. Just imagine myself. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to Chance for just even doing more than even that because he was instrumental in a lot while I was in there. Because it happened so quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everything happened so
Yeah,
quick.
but let's start from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So it was in November. So what actually happened? Like, I got some tidbits from your mom speaking about it that you called her. But what do you remember the moment when you realized something was wrong with you and sparked you to call your mother?
Um, I just knew something wasn't right. I was catching chills, and I knew I hadn't. I was trying to figure out what I ate, or I know I had took some Benadryl because, well, not Benadryl, but Nyquil for whatever reason. And I don't know if I took too much or what, but at the end of the night, I just felt like something. And what I don't remember though is the night that I actually went to the hospital and what happened after. Um, Obviously, they took me to the hospital, and I was out here. So from that night on, don't have a clue.
Wow.
No.
Do you know, did they drive you to the hospital? Did the ambulance come?
What's so crazy is as the days were going by after I've been released, my memory been coming back. So
Okay.
the whole time I was in there, I was like, damn, I don't even know how I got in here or when I got in here. But you know, this was yesterday. And sometimes when I just be in a certain instance of a situation and things will come back to me, like I went to get a checkup the other day and I was in the waiting room. I'm like, damn, I remember this. You know what I'm saying? My memory was coming back. But they took me to the hospital that night, and I never forget. I'm in there thirsty as hell. I'm asking everybody for water that was walking past, and I do remember that. And nobody would give me no water. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I was still having chills, and I just remember being in the waiting room, and I saw this little water fountain in the corner, but it had the little yellow caution tape on it for obviously COVID reasons. So whole time from that point on, and until obviously 2 days after I got out of ICU, I don't recall.
Did you know when you were going to the hospital that you were dealing with COVID, or
No.
you didn't know what sick? You didn't know what it
I
was?
didn't know what was wrong. No.
Do you know now how you got COVID?
No,
No?
I still don't know.
You still don't know?
No, I don't. Obviously, I've been around folks, whether if it was, I don't know, just recording or just,
Right.
I really don't know how I got it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's kind of like, or who, because I had situations, obviously, prior in a year where I thought I was around people and it was, calling me, letting me know that, man, I think, I'm losing my taste and all this stuff. I never had none of these symptoms that people was telling me.
Right.
Like, yo, this is when when you lose your sense of smell, and I'm eating good Postmates. I taste all my food. Like it wasn't none of that was wrong
Right.
with me. And then, it was it was obviously that day when my memory came back. Like I remember driving up there. I just don't remember nothing else after that. Like, the moment when one more memory came back the other day, and I remember getting up, and this had to have been in ICU because I couldn't speak. So I had the tube down my throat. Just thinking back on my memory, I just remember getting up and my hands was tied down. I'm just going like this, just on the bed, just trying to see. I'm thinking I'm dreaming, but I'm talking to the nurse, and she just like, calm down, Jay. Woo, you got, you've contracted, COVID from someone. You've been in here for the last, just reminding me what was going on. So I'm just looking at it like, like I can't speak. And all I did was just fall back asleep. I don't know if they, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
gave me the little ZZ or what, but I remember that happening twice. And I thought I saw a white light, but that was just me just waking up and just going back to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But when I got up, they explained everything, and then they explained the case that I had, which was called MIS, multiple inflammatory syndrome, which was a very rare case and of effects from COVID, and just when all your organs and all that just inflamed. They was telling me about my heart, my liver, my kidneys. I'm like, when did this? You know what I'm saying? For somebody that never been to a hospital ever, I never been to a hospital my whole entire life. Car crashes and all. Just thank God I was blessed not to just with a scratch, if anything. But here I was just at a standstill in the hospital, and they was telling me all things about how my body was breaking down. So 2 days after I got out of ICU, I'm like, so what do I gotta do? Right. What can I do? And they really couldn't. They was like, just do what you're doing, rest, go to sleep, And I'm just looking at them like not knowing, when, what's going on or what I could do. And so that's when I was like, damn, this shit real, like with COVID, because I never, to talk about never having symptoms before, when everybody I felt like was around was feeling some type of things, to just being in hospital in a bed. And I don't like being no place for too long, you know what I'm saying? Right, so this was, I'm sitting down, just posted, nothing to do, so.
Let's go back to, you talked about how it was affecting your organs. You said that all your organs were breaking down while you were in ICU?
I don't know what happened in ICU.
Okay.
But that was what they told. That's what they told me. Obviously, I was on a ventilator. They had what is it? The catheter on my. I was just all types of shit I never heard of. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
While in ICU, I was sick. They told me that it was a different type of rare case that I was one of 23 people in the U.S. as far as adult-wise that had these effects from COVID, which was the MIS. They put on the board. So, mind you, I wear contacts. I'm blind as a bat, so I'm just looking. I don't know what's going on. I don't have my contacts or my glasses. I'm really in there, in a different type of world. You know what I'm saying? So they was trying to explain everything to me, and while I was in there, they was saying my heart, it was just not beating like how it was supposed to. My kidneys was failing, and all I could think about was like, damn, I drank too much my whole career. Like, my liver and everything.
Do you think that, that's funny you bring that up, because I feel like, with so much conversation, do you think anything like, drinking alcohol, does any of that play a role in what could have happened?
Well, I mean, it's not water.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
I don't think alcohol is, but I'm just saying, unfortunately, as an entertainer, like we kind of get paid to party. So I've been on like a 11, 12 year. Never mind that. I've been partying since I was way before Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? So just to think about it, that's what was going on in my mind. Like, damn, man, too many shots that night. I shouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vegas was never ending. I was at a fake residency at Dre's in Vegas, and all them nights I'm killing, drinking like a fish. You know what I'm saying? And that's just where I was at that time. But in actuality, it whether if I was a heavy drinker or not, I believe it was just a shutdown of the body, with this rare case I had. So.
And you were in ICU for 5 days?
I'm not sure, but I think it was a week, a little over a week, yeah.
So I know when COVID, they don't allow family members enter the hospital, and your mom actually was denied, but I heard that Chance made some calls to make sure she could be in close facility with you.
Yeah, I obviously, I was down. I didn't know what was going on, but she showed me some pictures recently that I was just like, damn, I was really in there, like swole, blown up tube, and just looked like, honestly, a vision that reminded me of my pops. Seeing him in the hospital one time, and I was just like, I damn near didn't even look at it too long, because it was just like, man, I didn't know I was like that. I didn't know it was that serious. I was that ill, in there. But Chance, man, whatever calls he made. Shout out to the whole medical staff at Northwest. I had to hook him up. I'm pressing buttons on Postmates, sending them stuff, because God had my back, but they definitely were there too. Just every hour of the day, just checking my vitals and everything. Once I got out of ICU, which I kind of got tired of for a second, but at the end of the day, it was necessary, because my numbers was kind of fluctuating every day.
Were you a person that took COVID serious prior to your incident?
Honestly, no. I because I didn't know if I was just immune because of everybody else that I was around, and they were saying that, oh, I might have had it, or well, they might have had it, should I say, and their symptoms of what they was going through. I was like, man, y'all going through that. Y'all been around me. I'm not going through none of that. So maybe I'm just, I'm straight. But it should be taken very seriously. And if I had to be, the example, should I say, of letting y'all know that it is real. It happened to me, and it was a life, death, and death experience that I never forget, let alone this whole year, 2020 period. But, to be in there, and not only that, just seeing everybody in there, I had to take all types of tests, from the blood work to dialysis, you know what I'm saying? These are to PTO, the therapy in there. These are things that I was hearing about, like my grandparents and like my, what I'm saying? Oh, real elderly people having to go through. So I'm in, I don't even know what half of the stuff meant. And they said, oh, Jay, you gotta go to dialysis. And I'm okay. And I'm in a room with 10 people for 4 hours straight, just listening to a machine beat. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm trying to, I didn't have no phone at the time. I'm watching all types of, whatever on TV and I don't watch TV. So here I was a whole month in the hospital just watching all types of stuff, man. Like, I learned how to cook.
You think about how to cook? You watching the cooking show?
I get down now, like, y'all, you think I'm playing? Like, I got hands for real. Like, I was
Wait,
forced.
this is from watching the cooking shows?
I'm dead serious. You'd be surprised what you can learn in the hospital. I'm in there from that to you name it. Like, trapping in the middle of Alaska. I'm learning how to, how they get the dogs and they in there chopping wolves and getting all like making real good money. How to make moonshine, all that. Y'all think I'm playing? Like, I don't watch TV. You know what I'm saying? Right. So here I'm trying to just find something in my 24 hours because it was really never really no good sleep.
Right.
Because overnight they waking you up at 3, then 4:30, and 6, and food just. I knew it was messed up when I started to like the food from the hospital. And I was like, it's time to get up on out of here.
The reason I asked you, did you take it serious? Because I'm also a person that didn't take COVID serious when it first came out, when we first talked about it like in the beginning of this year. And then obviously as our whole world is forever changed because of the disease, I have come to learn to respect the reality of it. But like you, I've never had it. And I've still been traveling, been getting on the planes. So, but now I'm very cautious because I'm starting to meet more people like you in my immediate circle that get it and that, are young and healthy. Because a lot of times they say if someone's in a hospital like you were, they had underlying health conditions. Mm-hmm. So, yes, it's COVID, but they were dealing with such and such. But that wasn't your case.
No, I ain't private. Nothing, so... I mean, of course, I had like bronchial asthma as a shorty, and I grew out of that. And at the end of every year, and I know my body well enough now after all these years, but every year I got a cold around this certain time anyway. When they got to have seasonal allergies, little minor stuff, you know what I'm saying. But around September, October, I know every year I'm about to get a cold,
right?
And I didn't want to just get one. They be like, oh, you got COVID, like, cause I'm like, man, no, I would have had COVID last year and the year before, cause I felt like it was just a regular common cold. But definitely is real.
Yeah. So the vaccine. How do you feel about the vaccine? Do you want to take the vaccine?
Right now, I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think that's fair. I think a not sure is a appropriate answer because I know people who are against it because they're unsure what it's going to do to their bodies, and then I know people who are very much for it because they feel like it's the only way that we can get back to some type of normalcy. But I think everyone should be cautious and everyone should do research about what's in it before we put it in our body. I think that's fair. And I know we're seeing all the public figures taking it, but I do think everyone should do their own individual research about the vaccine because just like COVID has affected everybody's body differently, I feel like the vaccine could do the same. Not one body is exact. So it might affect somebody else differently than it may affect somebody else. And we don't know what the reversal can be. So I think not sure is the...
Right now, I'm good. I'm still taking shots from the hospital, so I'm good for my shots now.
Speaking of that, you still have your hospital bracelet on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I came in, I saw this. So tell me why you're still wearing your hospital bracelet.
You know what? Just a reminder, of what I've been through. I just, at the same time, these type of bands be hard to take off too at the same time. But after a couple of days, I was just looking at it because I just, two things. I just wanted to remind myself what I've been through and why sometimes I just remind myself my purpose here on this earth, because while in there, I was unsure whether or not I was still going to be able to walk it, on this earth. So that was one thing. And two, I'm going to show you my name they had in there.
Okay. Now, is this your name everywhere?
This was a name.
Because I don't know, can I tell you?
I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
When I was in there and when I woke up, they kept asking me hella questions. Like, who's the president? And I'm just like, after a while, I started forgetting because I'm like, I know for sure, mind you, we was in the midst of the ballots getting counted up. So I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm like, I don't know if it's Trump.
Are they trying to make sure you know your memory?
Right. I don't know if it's Trump or Biden because this is in the midst of them trying to count the votes.
Right,
so I'm just like, I don't know. It's either a buddy or buddy. And then they asked me what my name is, my birthday. Just kept continuously asking me questions. And when I told them my B-Day was right, but when they asked for my name, it was that.
Wait, I can't even pronounce it. Is this what I say? Okay.
Don't say it. But
so real quick, is this your name everywhere? Because if I say it, then you go to the hospital again.
This was an alias name
that
my mom's told them to have me as.
So don't say it.
No, you ain't gotta say it. Because
it is not Jeremiah. I'll say that.
No, it's not. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what they used to call me in high school. I had a nickname.
Oh, okay.
In high school, so she put it as my alias in the hospital. So whole time I'm in there and they ask my name, I'm like, I'm telling them, they're like, no. And I'm looking at them, just throwing me off. So, you know what I'm saying? I thought they was just messing with me because of the cause and effects of what they said, COVID, so your memory and all this. But I'm like, no, this is my name. I know I'm going crazy in this mind. Like, I know my name is Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it was just kind of one of those things. Until I get fully recovered, I was like, let me keep this on. So I'll continue to, you know what I'm saying, stay on this healthy, walk. My talk until I get my talk and my walk back. I'm gonna keep this on.
So you had to learn how to walk again.
For real, I did. For real.
That's crazy.
Never thought a day in my life I had to. You never would think about it, but I'm in there and I'm kind of just at a standstill on the bed and just kind of locked up. Whether I was like this for that whole whatever weekend, and some days in ICU to just being bedridden. I ask for somebody that I get around, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't like, whatever I've gotten, I've had to go get. Nobody really give me anything, you know what I'm saying? So that just goes overall. My career is just period. Like, I go get it because nobody's just been like here, you know what I'm saying? So to just be kind of like, just someone to just sit down for a long period of time, my body and my bones weren't even moving, and let alone I know the medicine, what it was doing to affect my body. But when I thought my mind was telling me, oh, this ain't nothing, you know how to walk, you know what I'm saying? And I get up, and then it's just my body's not on the same page as my mind. That's when I knew it was something for real. Because I just couldn't just fathom the fact that I couldn't walk, you know?
Right.
So I got photos and videos of everything, you know what I'm saying? Where I was just like, I was in there. And it was bad, and I had a walker for about 4 or 5 days when I got out of ICU, and that was just good enough to get to the bathroom and around the room and whatnot. But then when I started doing the physical therapy, I was like, all right, I got this, and
Did it affect your voice in any way?
Yeah, I'm just now getting my voice back, and that was another concern while in there because I didn't know I had all these things that I know now. I didn't know I had a tube down my throat for that week plus. So I'm just in there talking. I know my voice sounded a little squeaky, pitchy, but I'm just thinking I'm just in there sick or whatnot. But that definitely was an effect on my voice. And I still, have got on the mic. I did something with Chance last week live for this new project we got, and we did like a little virtual concert. And that was the first time I actually tried to bust a note. It was a little shaky. You know what I'm saying? It was a little shaky.
But your shaky is still probably a lot better than somebody's best.
I mean, whatever. You can say, yeah, thank you. But it was shaky, though. I'm in there, and but that just let me know, when I when I go in, I'm gonna go in hard, and if I got whatever I gotta do is just get my voice back to where it is.
Right.
I'm gonna do it.
You're a father of 2 boys, one who is 4 months.
Yeah.
So when were you able to reconnect with your sons?
Shout out Pharaoh, man, Big Dog Canyon. My mom slipped me a little bat phone. But it didn't really have nothing on it. It was just like a regular. It was like an iPhone 2. And
iPhone 2.
And it only had YouTube on it, which is why when I really started doing a whole bunch of research, like type of stuff, like I just learned how to cook all type, just random stuff. Even I looked up myself on a lot of things, which it wasn't much of. But I was able to holler at them because the phone had a whole bunch of voice notes and videos from like family and my peers, and luckily I had pictures on the sides of my bed that had pictures of my sons, my moms, and my pops who had just passed 2 months previously, my sister, and just both sides just had pictures of my family, close ones, and it kind of helped because every time I looked when I'm asleep, I'm like, man, I got a lot more to live for than myself. So, I was able to connect with them probably a week after I was at ICU when I was able to really kind of just think properly, you know what I'm saying, and talk. And I couldn't see him because that phone didn't have no features, but I could talk to him. So yeah.
Right. I think that, how you said it earlier, that if you had to be the example, I think you were the example for a lot of people. Not that it mattered because your health was most important, but were you aware that the whole world knew that you were in the hospital fighting for your life?
No.
You didn't know?
Mm-mm.
When did you know that what you had been dealing with, the public knew, and the public was really concerned?
That guy right there, Adam O, hit me and was like, yo, G. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I ain't talked to nobody. So the whole time I'm in there, and I'm just learning how to talk again. But he was nobody.
By this time, how many days are you in the hospital?
No, like about almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Oh wow.
I'm a little over 2 weeks. So he was just letting me know, what was going on. People that was reaching out. It was a lot of prayer warriors and some prayer hotlines that was going on. And mind you, I'm still just kind of taking everything in. I didn't really think it was that to me, because I was so out of the loop, it was that serious until my docs was coming in. It's so crazy. They got so many different type of masks in the hospital too. They was coming in and out. Like, I'm talking about people with real suits on with cords on the back of the mouth, like for oxygen and whatnot. I was like, man, I'm really on this real floor. Like, people honestly is on this floor just sick. And they was just letting me know people wasn't making it on that floor. So I was like, I want to get off this floor and just take me somewhere else. But yeah, he was one of the first ones I spoke with, and my mom. So, yeah.
Right. I wish it never happened, but I am happy that you were in Chicago when it happened, because you were a worldwide celebrity, but luckily you were home and you were able to be in one of the best hospitals in the world. Northwestern's one of the best hospitals in the world. And I felt like with you being in Chicago, and just Chicago dealing with so many of our celebrities this year, dying so young for other reasons, we would not have been able to handle it.
Man.
We would not. I mean, like, everyone would have been sad, but your city, Chicago, if you did not make it through, we would not have been able to handle it.
Yeah, Northwestern, man, they had a hell of a team up there, the specialists. All them nurses in there was, helpful. It was cool. Wasn't nobody acting funny. I didn't even know people knew. Every one of them kind of even knew who I was, which was dope to me to even know, because they still was treating me with the same type, care. But they held me down for sure.
Yeah. So, we got Christmas mode. I got the hat on because, does this Christmas mean something even more special to you because you're alive,
Well, yeah. This is my favorite time of year anyway. So it was messed up while I was in there on Thanksgiving. I'm tasting all the food in my mouth on the bed, man. They tried to send me some plates. They was cold. It just wasn't the same. I wasn't around no fam. Everybody calling me. I'm a foodie too, so.
Are you on a diet though now? Can you eat whatever? What's the repercussions?
Yeah, I had to get my tastes back, so I had to make sure I had to get my Postmate on and make sure I could taste all the food.
We got to find you a chef, Jeremiah. You order all these foods.
Wait. But while in there though, people, you know, they wouldn't allow nobody to come visit me, but they would allow people to like drop off lunch or whatnot downstairs, and they just had the nurse to come get it and bring it up. So that was cool, you know. But this is my favorite time of the year, and so to miss Thanksgiving was kind of messed up for me. It wasn't the same at all. It was my first Thanksgiving without being with the fam, and the doctor never really gave me no like date expectancy to get out. So my whole thing was like, damn, I'm gonna miss Christmas too. And like, this is my favorite time of the year. And on top of that, I knew right before I had went in that me and Chance, we had linked up and we wanted to officially release these projects we had done for the years previously, called Merry Christmas, Little Mama.
Right.
And we wanted to put out a 3 this year, and honestly put new songs on there, which we didn't get a chance to do. But we just he was able to put that all together, and you know, it's a good time. This is my favorite. I mean, you gotta. I don't know how anybody could, you know, not like Christmas. It's a good time for it. Even if you're going through something bad and probably don't have much fam, like you should feel like you should. You know? Yeah.
I know your health is most important, but when do you think you're gonna try to start working on the music again?
Man, when I don't know. I gotta, you know, it's like, it's not really it's a job, but it's not a job to me. I don't got no job. That's what I tell everybody all the time. Like, you know, I don't got no job. You know, my job.
You're doing pretty well to be unemployed.
My job is to find a job every day. You know what I'm saying? That's my job. But in actuality, like, I never really seen myself as a 9 to 5. Nothing against anyone with it, but it's just like, you know, when I feel like it, you know, it's like if I was a hooper, when I feel like going to the gym, I'm going to the gym, man. You know what I'm saying? Even if I was in the league, when outside of the game, if I feel like going to hoop, I'm going to hoop.
Right. Yeah. So you mentioned this
top of the year for sure. Though.
Top of the year, okay. Yeah. So 20, which is top of the year.
To answer your question, yeah.
That's only like 2 weeks away. Like not even.
Yeah.
Do you have New Year's Eve plans?
Nah, not this year. I would post. You know, I kicked off this year. We was in Australia at the top of this year. We did like 2 or 3 shows over there. It was crazy. That's why I'm like, I don't know how this year just went for a turn in February and March. But then we went to Brazil right after that. That was this year's New Year's Eve. So I was like, man, let me just chill. Right. I don't know if I'm supposed to just post up and, you know, do this year different kind of just, you know. I ain't got to talk about what I'm going to do. Just do it type of, you know what I'm saying?
You're a hands-on celebrity. So I just feel like, do you think we're ever going to go back to life prior to COVID? Like, do you see yourself, are you more cautious now being around groups of people if you don't know if they're negative or positive? Will you still be up close with your fans, but now you have to be more cautious because I'm not sure, can you get COVID again? Like, I don't know the medical conditions. So once you have it to the extreme that you had, did they say you're able to contract it again?
As far as I know, prior to even me being in this situation, I just was told usually when you might possibly catch it might take 6 months or something.
Oh, okay.
Some type of months before you might have could get it again. But I'm just curious on top of that to just see how this next year is gonna pan out. Cause it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know when this is gonna be over. I don't know. I don't want to get used to rocking a mask everywhere, but that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? We
were looking at, so before we did this interview, we were going back literally a year ago.
Yeah.
We were together at Big Jam.
Big Jam, going.
United Center, 15,000 people.
Yeah.
And I can't even imagine that happening right now.
I don't think nobody was expecting this shit.
Yeah.
But you know what? Nothing against, you know, Japan. And, you know, but I feel like they knew something because I traveled out there years ago and they was already masked up.
Oh, really?
I don't know. It wasn't me or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they knew something. They knew something before we knew it. And, you know, I'm not sure how long it's going to last. There's so many conspiracies about
I was getting ready to say.
You know why? And there I was on YouTube just listening to all of them. And it was just kind of like, you know, who knows what's going to happen. But if you just, you know, stay safe, just stay masked up until, and, you know, just do what you got to do to remain, you know, quarantined and away from any type of anything.
Right.
You're going to be straight.
So do you have a quarantine or COVID bae that's keeping you well? Because all the ladies watching, they won't mind taking care of you. Keep mentioning Postmates. So I'm assuming there's nobody cooking for you.
Unless Postmates come and bring me my food. And I look up like that. Because everybody got their thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got who they meet and how they meet them. But if I got to come on your dating show.
Okay. Oh, you're going to come on a dating show?
Last time I seen Shorty Talking about her man's in the hospital holding my baby. I'd get up, wake up. You know what I'm saying? I would tell him release from the hospital and get my baby and get him out your hands, because before I go, I know I'm finna go, but I can't have my seed in your hands. Like, it's not good. But
for those who don't know, I had a girl on my dating show who literally had a baby on her hip, her daughter, while she was looking for a date.
Yeah,
but the truth of the story is the daughter's father was in the hospital. And she was looking for a guy while the daughter's father's in the hospital. That's what Jeremih's talking about. I love that you are here to make jokes still.
Yeah.
Sincerely, I'm so, aside the interview, I'm just so happy you're alive. I'm so happy you're alive. It was really scary. The more it became real, what you were going through, and the seriousness of your condition. And especially when your mom said that, like you said it yourself too, you were on the floor with people, they were saying people didn't make it. And she said that while you were in there, they were telling her that you weren't getting better. You weren't getting better. And it's just to know all that information and for you to be so young, it was just like, Jesus, Lord, whoever you believe in, God, pull him through, because we need him. He's so valuable. He's so loved. He's so talented, and his story's not over yet. So I'm just forgetting the interview. I'm just so excited you're still here.
Man.
Still here.
Shout out to everybody, Chicago, man. I love y'all. Everybody who put the prayers up. I know I wouldn't be here without, any of y'all, let alone God for having my back, let alone all the nursing staff, man. It's just been one of those, times. This whole year has been crazy that I've been going through. I'm not the only one, but just to go through that, I almost felt like it was necessary for me. But I'm glad I am still here. And whatever I done, I'm going to do it, twice as hard. And I can't wait for y'all to hear it and see it, because I don't even know what I'm going to do yet. but
in the meantime, you do have Little Christmas Little Mama with
it's out. Make sure y'all got new songs drop. Actually, tonight, make sure y'all check it out. 5 new songs. Actually, added on to what the project was already released, so we put on 5 more songs just because. And I can't wait till y'all hear them. I'm actually singing a lot more on these, so man, y'all check it out. Merry Christmas Little Mama, the virtual concert out as well. Y'all look up Shot-Town Christmas on YouTube. Make sure y'all stream it. And I was able to get on the end of that, catch the end of the song called Snowed In with Chance, but he pulled it off. Shout out my big homie Chance, man. Crazy, man, for what we've been through, and even what he did throughout this whole time. So
you don't have to do it, but I'm gonna put you on the spot.
Uh-oh.
Can you sing something, or is it
y'all got auto-tune on these? No. Give me some tone, man.
I'll do background for you.
Give it to me. You say you never been to
it's the
that's too high. Give me something else. That's too high. You say you never been to my club.
I never been to my hot club.
What's up? Let's take a trip. Right.
You ready when the world is yours?
On your lip.
Yes, Jeremiah, home from the holidays. Thank God he's home for the holidays. COVID is real. You educated us all, and we will still continue to watch you and support you. Chicago loves you, but the whole world really loves you.
Nah, I love you too.
Okay, whoever that is, you can hit them back.
No, I got you. I already know, man.
Somebody been blowing you up the whole time.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Wait, what's that in right there? What that
I don't know. Somebody was texting him the whole interview, but we ain't gonna be in this phone like that.
You could if you want to.
You mentioned it that your dad passed away this year. So first of all, condolences. How are you doing with that? Like, you in the hospital. I know your mother is like, this is be a lot for your family.
Well, my mom's, she has to be one of the strongest women I know. She was married and she lost Mr. C, which was my stepfather, her husband, at the top of this year. I want to say like March, April, and then my pops just abruptly just left me. And this was 3 months ago, and I never thought I had to bury him let alone I went to the funeral home too many times this year. Wow, actually, good thing I had his picture on my bed because it kind of reminded me just him next to my two sons. Like, okay, I gotta be here for them and teach them what he taught me. But even I really didn't care that really much as I joked about Thanksgiving because I lost my granddad the day before Thanksgiving.
Oh my God.
So Thanksgiving morning, my mom's called me once again. Now she lost not only both her husbands but her pops.
All this year.
All this in the last couple months. So,
oh, you was gonna make it, cause God wasn't gonna do that.
Right now, so mind you, my mind, I'm in there like now I'm not only just the man of the house as a lot I've been, but like just damn near the only male in the family. So outside of my two sons, I was like, man, let me go and break through this. You ain't gonna lie, it was 2 nights I almost felt like giving up, and cause it was really I was just tired. It was just like from getting shot. I got shots like about 7-8 times a day.
You know what they were shooting you with? Like where?
Yeah, I was. I don't mind sharing because it was just like insulins to. I had all my fingers was just bleeding because every finger I had to rotate them for my blood sugar count, just poking and getting pricked, all types of stitches and shots. And even now I gotta take 2 shots a day still. But while in there, I just was tired. And I had when I first got the phone, it was just one song from 50. It's old though, but it's gold. It's called God Gave Me Style, and I listened to this song like on repeat because it wasn't too much more. It's God Gave Me Style, God Gave Me Great, and I'm just listening to it like night after night. And I ain't gonna lie, that song kind of like on repeat. It kept me kind of like just listening to it. And I'm thinking it kind of kept me moving and pushing forward and getting through what I was going through. You know what I'm saying?
So just remind me. So when you're in ICU, you're not aware of what's going on.
I didn't know nothing about ICU.
Okay, but after ICU, that's when you were aware that you're
about.
Okay.
Yeah, when they were explaining to me what went down, and that next week was Thanksgiving. So when I found out my granddad, I'm like, damn, like I didn't want to hear nothing else. I was just ready I wanted to say for this year to be over, and it's still not over, But I've been to that funeral home 3 times this year. And I'm not really used to losing. I never lost nobody like close to me. So for all this to happen in 1 year, it's just been like, damn, more weight on my shoulder. So at this point now, like I said, I'm just a walking, living testimony. I'm here to just go ahead and do it. Make it do what it do. In my daddy Yo's words, you know what I'm saying? So it's year 2021, man. And going forward, I only expect that of myself and just to be, in order to give the people the best me, I gotta be the best me. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah,
I didn't know that your mom had all those losses. So I feel like, if God took her son too, her father and then her husband and then your father in 1 year, oh, she would have had to fight. Like I would have helped her with that one. That would have been too much of loss for one person to handle. So sure. I'm so happy that you're still here. Now, just for I could be clear, so you said you lost your sense of smell and taste, or were you able to taste the food when you got back to remember?
I just wasn't eating.
Oh, you wasn't eating.
It was like 4 or 5 days.
Did you lose weight? I forgot to ask you that.
I told you that I found it after I did. I got there, I was like, damn, I went in at like 220 something. And then I got on the scale before I got out. She was like, yo, you 176, 170. I'm like, really?
Oh, my God.
I got back on because I only had on my gown. And she was like, yeah, you 170 something. I'm like, damn. But then looking at the video, I was. And then bro came in and was like, yo, you didn't put on some weight since the last time I see you last week. But, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't feel like as chunky as I was. But I'm definitely, I found it. But, it's.
Is it, you wasn't hungry, you just didn't want to eat no more?
I don't know. I guess I hadn't ate in the whole week and a half before. I don't know if my body just was used to it or what, but
Did you have the sense of taste though? Because I hear that's a symptom, that you can't taste food.
No, I was eating.
Okay.
No, when they started bringing the food, Nando's and all that, it was,
Oh, you got the Nando's chicken?
Yeah, I had the Nando's.
The peri peri?
Yeah, the peri peri.
That's yes. Yeah. I like.
Man, live your life. You only could do that.
Okay. So Jeremiah's giving me, now that we're home for the holidays and we see he is healthy. He's giving me free range now that we got. He's healthy. So now I'm going to get up into his personal because, you know, a lot of girls want to come play nurse to you. So are you in a relationship right now?
Single as a dollar.
Single as a dollar.
She sprinkled me, baby.
I can't see. So
I was tweaking the other day.
Now this is why you can't make assumptions. I assumed that you were currently in a relationship with the girl you just had a child with.
We are. We having a relationship for our child.
For your child.
Yeah.
So was that
See, when you stretch the word relationship, like you make it like more than what the word is, or you just trying to say, dog, we have a cordial.
No, I mean basically when you say your relationship with somebody, that means you're in a relationship with that person.
We're cool.
Okay.
We cool. No, I'm not in like a relationship with nobody. I'm single right now, but we cool.
Do you see marriage for your future one day, even if it's not her? Do you see marriage?
I said it. I think we all should see marriage somewhere at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to all see marriage.
But you have to do certain things to align it to become true, Jeremiah.
That's very true. I believe if you do you, and the person you supposed to be with, do them, then it's supposed to be what it is anyway. You ain't supposed to be nothing else.
Let me ask you this. I feel like this year, 2020, COVID has made people realize the importance of being with one person. Did that enlighten you anyway? Do you have a feeling like, because we had to be stuck in the house, you couldn't really be around a lot of people. Did it make you say, maybe I should be in a relationship, monogamous, because I got to be clarified with you, a monogamous relationship. Did you get that type of enlightenment in 2020?
Actually let people see not only that, but that they shouldn't be in a relationship with who they was with or is with, because, you know, you could get tired of them all. And you could be around somebody just, you know, we can go date, we can go eat, and usually you go eat, go to movies, and you chill for the night. You know what I'm saying? She could stay for the week, but it's been months of just, you really get to know somebody. COVID let you really get to know somebody. And if you couldn't make it through this year, you know, and it's supposed to be till death do us part, then, you know, I don't know. I don't know if, I ain't gonna lie to you. When the last wedding you been to?
The last wedding? Well, one of my girlfriends got married this year. She got married during COVID, but it was a COVID wedding, so I couldn't attend. But
before that?
Before that, the last wedding, it's been years. The last wedding I went to. I would have went to a wedding this year if it wasn't for COVID, so I feel bad, but... When's the last wedding you've been to?
It's been a minute. I think people might have just even proposed to people this year just to be proposed. You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't nothing else really much else to do. But
what you mean? That's not a good reason to propose to somebody.
It's not, but I just feel like, when's the wedding? When the wedding is? Like, it's just, you know, people want to just keep what you got going on. But all jokes aside, I believe it was a good year for you to really get to know somebody. Especially if you didn't. It's for people that you've already been with, and for people that you never might have even knew. You know what I'm saying? That you was just around. It was a good year to get to know somebody. That's all.
What kind of girl do you like, though? I feel like with you being a celebrity, you've been around the most beautiful women in the world. What is something that you're like? What attracts Jeremiah?
You know, I like what I like. Whether if it's a whip, it's full, and look at the, you know, a beat, or look at the woman the same way. I feel like I'm more into, you ain't gotta be celeb, you know what I'm saying? Okay. I just like a bad shorty that's real, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think it's hard, you can be honest, as a celebrity and women throw themselves at you, is it hard to be committed to one woman?
It's not hard if you in it and y'all in it, like for real to win it. I can't, you know, people want to describe love. I feel like I was in love before, you know what I'm saying? When I look back, I wasn't. You know, it was kind of like...
You wasn't?
Nah. Like, if I was, then she'd be right here, right?
Well
in a sense.
You could be in love
think about it.
And...
Think about it. Like, if you know, I felt like I was in love high school, but, you know...
Okay.
I felt like I was in love. I told, you know, sure y'all loved before, but that wasn't love. You know what I'm saying? In hindsight. So, I don't think it's hard once I feel like this it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I feel like I can't do nothing without a shorty. I can't live without her. I never felt like that. Nobody got me like that yet.
One of Chicago girls is gonna get you.
I ain't gonna lie, ain't nothing like Chicago girls. Like I've been around the world. Like I just from, you know, I just how we come. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like a short that's too nice. You know what I'm saying? It's just fake around me. I like somebody with an attitude. Damn, that made me have to check myself sometime. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
I gotta just. It ain't too many like that. That's all.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of. I think the ones that I'm damn near into, they don't pop out too much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I gotta just start going to different places. You know what I'm saying? Go to church a little more. So, I don't know.
The Bible say.
The library wants to start.